Hey, just goofing around here on National Goof Off Day. Yep, you guessed it.
It's the Mickey Mouse talking phone.
This is Mickey Mouse.
Mickey, come over for a party. You call Tom Duck. Okay.
With the Mickey Mouse talking phone, the battery is not included.
It's Donald. Come on over.
With the Mickey Mouse talking phone, you can call 6 different Disney characters.
You guessed it. I'm Goofy.
Hi, Goofy.
Mickey Mouse.
Hey, Goofy. Let's get back to our Goofy American hero, Mr. Hoover. Again, here's the title of this thing in case you want to look it up for yourself. The American pilot who escaped a Nazi POW camp in a Focke-Wulf. That's a German airplane. Ben Hoover's unbelievable story. That's right, it's unbelievable. Because it's all nonsense.
I put my foot locker in the back of the airplane, and I took 2 co-pilots I've been training to be a pilot on the B-25, and I had led Spitfires, 6 of them, into Palermo, Sicily. And when I got there, I said, "Fellas, you're on your own." And I took my foot locker out of the airplane.
Did you notice how he chuckled? Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle.
And I asked someone on the line to take me over in a Jeep to the colonel's
Touching the
office.
ear. That's a
And
symbol.
boy, he put his arms around me and he said, "Oh, I've been hoping this day would come." And he said, "I've told all of the people in this fighter group about your expertise." And he said, "I want you to put on a show for all of them." And so he brought all the 3 squadrons were located in different places into Palermo.
Put on a show. That's what actors do.
He got everybody assembled and he said, "You're going to see something you've never seen before. But I want you to know one thing. If I catch any one of these you fighter pilots trying to duplicate what you're going to witness, I'm going to have you grounded."
Bob Hoover believed, his bosses believed, and those who saw him fly fighters in those days believed he was simply the best there ever was.
The best.
Which makes what happened to him in combat all the more surreal.
Wait a minute. Let's hear that again.
But I want you to know one thing. If I catch any one of these you fighter pilots trying to duplicate what you're going to witness, I'm going to have you grounded.
Bob Hoover believed, his bosses believed, and those who saw him fly fighters in those days believed he was simply the best there ever was. Which makes what happened to him in combat all the more surreal.
So, in the hoax-lie system, the controllers who are conning you must tell you the truth. Now, they do it in such a way that it will fly over the heads of about 98% of the population. It may sound arrogant to say this, but I'll say it just for making an effect upon you. I'm not in the 98%. I'm in the 2% who can see through the nonsense and the lies. He said it's almost or it's surreal. Well, that's what happens to the mind. It happens when 2 forces are combined. First, hypnosis. And that occurs through the watching of film or television or even YouTube videos. We get hypnotized because of the flashing rate that's in front of us that creates these images. So there's hypnosis and there's also witchcraft. Both go together. And those two forces combine when someone is telling you an unbelievable story, as it's been titled, or something that sounds almost surrealistic. Well, it sounds surrealistic because it is surrealistic. All right? So they must tell you the truth with their hoax lie stories. But they do it in such a fashion that it will fly over the heads of almost everyone. Now you have to discover how to be in the 2%, how to not join the majority of people who go along with all the lies that are given to you on just about everything. Just about everything. Now that's the hardest part for me. I knew there were some lies. I knew there were a few lies. But I had no idea that, basically speaking, the entire system is a lie. Everything, almost everything is a lie. Now, that part was difficult for me. But once I arrived at that point, I had the ability to make discerning judgments about almost everything. And that's where you have to go with all of this. You have to let go of the entire system. If you hold on to any portion of the hoax lie system, you will lose your ability to discern. And by that I mean something else will pull you back in, and you will want to surrender to the liars. So you have to remain aloof. You have to remain apart. You have to remain separated. And incidentally, if you follow Holy Scriptures of Old and New Testament, the definition of holiness is basically separation from the world. And that's what you have to do. You have to separate yourself from all these lies. Well, anyhow, I'm going to end part 2 and we'll move on to part 3. And I'd like to thank you for watching. And if you have watched this one and you're going on, I do want to thank you, because I know most people nowadays only want videos that are like 2 minutes long, sometimes even 30 seconds. Well, I'm not of that nature, so thank you if you're one of those ones who hang in there with me and abide through all of my discussion, dialogue, proclamation, declaration, whatever you want to call it. I do want to thank you. And I'm only making videos for just a few people. I'm not worried about high numbers of views or high numbers of subscribers. And if you're one of those ones who does view my videos to the end, I'd like to thank you. End of video.